Well, hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. I wanted to share a little kind of a tech tip tool for today. So, as you know, I've got some videos we're doing on remodeling the RV, and we're having to do some wiring. So, stay tuned. We're going to roll the intro, and I'm going to show you an easy tool that you can make if you're doing some rewiring or changing out some stuff in your RV. So hang tight, let's roll that intro, and I'll show you what we got. Alright, so if you have an RV, you most likely have what they call a self-contained, it's a 15 amp rated self-contained receptacle. All the RVs have these, probably with the exception of maybe some custom units, but I don't even know if they don't use these. I've heard a lot of good and bad things about them. They are a push connect style. I'll show you right there. Those of you who are not familiar with these, they do not have screws, and they do not require traditional, what they call a blue box, like your residential stuff does. This is the box. Once you put the wires in, the wire is cut once it's inserted into these little blades here, and then it has a back on it. I don't have the back with me, sorry, that you actually snap off, and it covers it so the wire is completely contained and the receptacle is the box. And they use these for two reasons. One reason is they hold the wires really well, especially in an RV situation where you're shaking the ground, shaking and moving around a lot. The wires typically hold better than traditional screws that can come loose over time. And you don't have to have a box. And they're UL rated, so they're not just some cheap stuff. They have to go through underwriters' laboratories, pass and meet certain requirements. And they do. So, I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, they're junk or whatever. I can't say I agree or disagree, but this is what we have. So anyway, we're doing some remodeling to the RV, and we have these receptacles, and given how they're put into, the walls and no accessibility to doing wiring and stuff, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. But what you do have to have to do this the right way is they make special tools. So they make a very expensive tool that Hubbell makes. It's about $700 that actually puts these wires in. So if you're just doing one or two of these, it's not worth it. I've found on the internet that Snap-on Tools makes a tool. Looks like a screwdriver. It's plastic. It's got some tools that let you unlock it and unclip the back cover. It's got a little hook that allows you to pull the wire out easily without damaging the wire or damaging the receptacle. But I've got a tip for you guys. So, given that I don't have that tool, and I kind of procrastinated buying one, I've got to put some receptacles in. So, if you've got something laying around your house, and I'm sure you do, I'm going to show you how to make a tool. So, this is not a how-to really. It's more of a how I did it. Needing this tool to put these things in, because they don't recommend using a flat bladed screwdriver because they're sharp, and it does take quite a bit of force to shove these in and get them to cut the insulation on the wire to make a good solid contact in these blade terminals. So I'm going to turn you around real quick. I'm going to show you what I did and the tool that I made, and maybe you can make one, or maybe you've got some material or tooling, you can make one. But check this out. So what I did was, I found, laying around the garage, this is a chainsaw wrench tool. It's got a socket on each end, just like this. And it originally had, right here, it had, I can't really get it zoomed in without it blurring. It was just a screwdriver. And it was made for putting chainsaw blades and chains back on chainsaws and stuff like that. So every time you buy a weed eater, it comes with one of these. If you buy a steel weed eater or a Husqvarna, they come with these when you buy them new. I probably got a shoebox full of these things. So I was trying to make one out of some PVC, out of some plastic, and I just happened to see this laying on the workbench, so I decided to make this. And so what I did was, it's already welded with a T-handle, so you can hold it like this and get some force on it. And I don't know that I can show you, but so what I done was I just cut the screwdriver part off. It's nice and round, so it's easy to use. It gets into the grooves. And then I just took a little die grinder and I cut a little slot in it. I don't know if you can see that through the camera or not, but I cut a tiny little slot there. And it works great. So I'm going to show you exactly how this tool, this new one that I made, works just like the factory one does. Okay, so I'm going to get you zoomed in here. So here is the self-retained receptacle. As you can see right here, you got the blades in here that the wires go into. So wire comes in this way, comes across, goes up, goes this way, and then your other wire goes in here this way, and then your grounding wire, which are bare copper wires anyway, they go in here. Now this receptacle here is rated at 15 amps, and they recommend, you can use, probably could use a 12 gauge wire, but most RVs are 14 gauge, with the exception of a few receptacles that have some 12 gauge stuff. But this particular setup is using a 14 gauge wire. So I've stripped out a couple of wires here just to show you as an easy demonstration. So what I do is, if you look right here, this little area right here, this is where the wire comes and lays across like this. The tool is designed to be inserted here, and you push it down in the middle, and it cuts the wire on both sides as it's forced into the blades. So I'm going to show you real quick how this tool that I made works. First, we just bend the wire, and we conform it like this, and then we get it in the holder like that. We take this tool, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've actually got a small little notch in there to help hold the wire. So we just hold it in place. We got the wire where we need it to be. We just lay the tool on the top, and just a little bit of force. Whoop, I missed that one, sorry. I've got a towel here on my workbench here. We're in the RV, and we're actually just had new countertops installed. I don't want to scratch them, but you just take this and just push down, and just like that. And now that wire is now installed in between those blades. It pierces, it actually strips the wire, cuts it a little bit, makes a bonded contact there, just like that. And then we do our second wire. You kind of make a little arc shape, just like that. We stick the tool in there, grab the tool, and we push down. And if you need to, you can push this out a little bit, and just, if you like it a little neater. That's kind of how I like it. I like it to be nice and straight and neat. So then we've got that. And then the copper wire, same. Copper wire doesn't have insulation on it, so it's pretty easy to go through. And so this is how you install one of these. Like I said, they do make this tool. Snap-on makes one. I think it's where I saw it on the internet. But it's about $60. So if you've got a screwdriver like this, it's got the T-handle on it, so you can actually get some force on it there. You can push on it real hard, and it won't stab the palm of your hand. I had made one out of PVC, a little prototype, and then went out to the tool shed and saw this laying there. And like I said, I have about, it's like 1,000 of these laying around. Every time you buy a chainsaw or something, they give you like 2 of these or whatever. So this one got sacrificed. So this will now go into my RV toolbox amongst my other tools. So now you can put it in there, put the wires in. You don't have to use a screwdriver anymore like this. And what happens is the blades of the screwdriver are so sharp, you could actually nick other parts of the insulation, which might expose it, and that probably wouldn't be a good thing. So I hope you like this little idea. So anyway, that's my little tech tip tool of the day. I made this. I hope this works for you. Like I said, it's how I did it. Not saying this is the best way to do it, but I didn't have to spend $700 buying the other tool that Hubble makes, and I didn't have to spend $60 on a piece of plastic tool that Snap-on makes. Now, I don't have the little hooks and all that kind of stuff to pop it out, but you can pop those covers out with a little small bladed screwdriver. And if you're rewiring anyway, you're probably not too concerned about the condition of the wire coming out. Just be real careful when you pry them out not to bend those blades. Just work it out real easily with a hook tool or whatever. You get it right out. So I hope you like this little video. We got a new video coming on some updates on the remodel, but I just wanted to show you this. So if you're struggling with putting the receptacles in your RV, or you need to change out one, or you're crazy like we are and you're remodeling your RV and you're relocating receptacles, this might be a good alternative for you. So I really hope you guys like this video. Please, comment on the video if you like this. Let me know what you think. So like, comment, subscribe. We hope you follow along. This remodel is going to be a very extensive remodel, and it's just going to be amazing, so we can show you guys what the potential is with an RV. So if you've got one you like and you want to change it, we're going to show you how to fall in love with your RV again, new or old. So I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you got something out of this video. Share the video, like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.